fruit varies. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, fruits are on a spectrum. Good, mediocre, or absolute trash. Listen, I've tried a lot of fruits, and I have varying opinions about them. So, I set up a tier list from S to D tier, and I'm gonna explain the rules right now. First off, each fruit talked about is gonna be compared by 3 things: its taste, its look, and whether or not it makes a good juice. And depending on how I feel about the fruit, it will be slapped onto the corresponding tier. Secondly, only one fruit will be rated. I'm not gonna go over all the species of apple. I'm gonna talk about the one that everyone knows about. There will be exceptions, of course, like lemons and oranges, because while they might be citrus fruit, they're so distinct that they might as well not be. And finally, I'm not gonna talk about every fruit, because if I did, we'd be here for a while. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Now that I talked your ears off... Apples may be really good, but it's the most generic fruit out there. If you were to ask anyone to pick a fruit from the top of their head, they'd all say apple. It looks bland, it tastes adequate, and the apple juice is pretty good, but becomes really stale after you try it for a while. I hope that makes sense. Now, although normal red apples are pretty bland, my final answer is B tier. Pineapples are those kinds of fruits I have to be in the mood for, but what makes up for it is its pristine taste. All you have to do is just take one piece, eat it, and then you feel like you've ascended to another plane of existence. Especially with pineapple juice, it tastes really good. I really wouldn't be surprised if everyone else tried it and also ascended, like I did. So it tastes great, the juice is great, its looks though... It's pretty obvious you're not supposed to eat through a pineapple as if you would an apple. Believe me, I tried. But that doesn't matter. Final answer is S tier fruit. Look, I'm gonna say this. Oranges are pretty... not great. I know that they're supposed to be good for you and that they exude vitamin C, but you could call it vitamin C for... crap. I'll see myself out. The problem doesn't come with the baseline orange. That tastes really good, and it looks pretty good. But the problem comes with the orange juice rather than the actual orange. It doesn't really taste very good. It's not even those drinks that I have to be in the right mood for, it's just... bad. For me, I think the fruit is just brought down by the bad juice. It's a D tier fruit. Mangoes are gonna be a little bit complicated to talk about. The fruit looks pretty, and the mango juice is alright, but the taste is a little complicated. The best way I can describe it is having an initial sweet taste, but a bitter aftertaste? But I had to keep trying them if I wanted to get a good feel of how they tasted. I don't know, C tier fruit, I guess. Bananas are a terrible fruit, no more no less. It looks uniquely good, but it tastes bad, and the juice is bad. D tier. Lemons might have a high-spoken bias due to me being addicted to them when I was younger. I used to like the sour taste in lemons, only because that was the only fruit that had a gimmick with it. The fruit is also pretty, especially from a lemon tree. It looks really good in that distance. Lemonade is also pretty good, because I drink it almost every day, so I have to be used to it by now. A tier fruit. Watermelons are not only the weirdest innuendo, it's also the weirdest fruit. To be quite honest, I wasn't really too keen on watermelons because it was pretty annoying to eat around the seeds, but I will admit, it is pretty to look at. The juice of a watermelon is less than stellar though, and when I take a bite out of one, it feels like I'm eating dissolved cardboard. Although I do mean that in a good way. But its look and its taste kinda makes up for the juice of it, so it's a B tier fruit. Kiwi fruit is terrible. I remember being in 2nd grade, trying it, not liking it, and then having an allergic reaction. Which is just... no! Might I also add that the fruit just looks ugly on the outside. It looks kind of alright on the inside, though. And any kiwi drink is just dreadful. Don't drink it. Especially if it's mixed with strawberries. This fruit is genuinely worse than bananas, which I didn't even think was possible. D tier fruit. If there was only one way I could describe a peach, it would be sweet. They look pretty, and the taste kinda reminds me of pineapples. Especially with its juice. It's gonna land an S tier for me. Strawberries have this problem where they're very sweet on the outside, but very messy on the inside. And what I mean by that is the fact that my stomach gets upset and I start to feel nauseous when eating them. But it looks pretty. That's about the only thing that's holding it up, though. Also, strawberry juice isn't really anything special. And those were the fruits that we're gonna be throwing onto a tier list today. Can't you tell I'm great at rating things? These are just my opinions, but who knows? Maybe in 30 years I'll think that bananas are the greatest fruit of all time. Yeah, like that'll ever happen.